You are listening to Waywut? This is a weekly rabbit hole podcast that goes into a variety of topics ranging from the supernatural to sports to science or anything else that we find interesting. We post episodes every Tuesday. We post on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Please follow us on any of those. If you prefer video, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to talk to us or keep up with any random information we decide to talk about, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it's called, under @Waywut Podcast. That does it for all the self-promotion stuff. Thank you for listening, and here we go.
Why, hello there. I'm Jason. Today I'll be driving the Waywut bus, and today's stop will bring us to another destination that made us say, "Wait, what?" Joining me shotgun on this journey is my best friend for close to 40 years, and a man who recently tried to kill me by drinking mezcal, Darrell Holiday.
It's mezcal.
Mezcal, whatever
Thank
it
you.
was, you tried to kill me with it.
The video, which I forgot that I even took that video until I was uploading an episode on YouTube recently. And I saw those two videos and I was like, oh, what did I do? I don't remember doing that, but okay.
Oh no, it was rough. That shit was rough. I did not like it at all.
Oh, I'm sorry that it made your uterus hurt. So, question:
It did make my uterus hurt.
This Waywut bus, how long is it?
It's pretty long. It makes stops daily.
Okay, but it's not a short bus?
It's not a short bus.
Okay.
No. There may only be 2 passengers on it right now, but
it doesn't. Okay, just making sure.
There's room for plenty of people to join.
Oh, okay, cool.
But what I wanted to talk about today was our growing up and thinking we were invincible when it comes to eating challenges or the all-you-can-eat buffets.
Yeah.
Because when we were 16, 17, 18, somewhere in there, the buffet was everywhere. I mean, Pancho's buffet. There's been times we spent several hours there.
If we have any listeners outside of like Texas or maybe even just Dallas, they may not know what that is. You might have to explain.
Pancho's is a low-end Mexican restaurant that serves you all you can eat Mexican buffet. You go
their
through
flautas and their sopapillas are not low end.
Oh, I'm not saying it wasn't good, but you don't go there to dine in on their food as you order off the menu. You go there for one thing and one thing only, and that is to go through the buffet line, load up with as many burritos and flautas and beans and tacos and everything else you can fit on that one little bitty plate, and then go sit down.
Why would you load up? I mean, because that takes the fun out of raising the flag.
Oh, you're going to raise the flag. You're going to bring back some of your favorite cheese enchilada, or like you said, some even the sopapillas.
That raising the flag thing is brilliant, though. I mean, like, in those of you who may not be from here or never been to Pancho's because your parents don't love you, is that whenever you were ready for more food, you would raise a little Mexican flag at your table, and the waitress would come and ask you what you want and bring you more food. And
yes.
Every kid at the table would argue to be the one to raise the flag because something's fun about raising a little mini flag.
Yes. Something for kids to fight about. They will find a way. But not only did we have the greatness of Pancho's, we had CiCi's. CiCi's was in its heyday. We would go and just mash pizza. I mean, mash pizza. And we didn't care.
Welcome to CiCi's.
Yeah. Well, did you have a personal record there? Did you have a all-time?
I did not. I never put much thought into it because I was a fat kid. I just ate. So, I don't know. Like, I remember, like, going to, what was it, General Pal's that we used to go to, the Chinese place?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and they had dumplings there one time, and I pretty much ate so many of them that I dang near got sick. Dude, but their dumplings are so good.
That's the point of buffets. Is just you keep gorging yourself until you're just miserable, and you're sitting there, and they have to wheel you out on a wheelbarrow.
The thing that I like, see, whenever it comes to when it comes to Panchos and like Chinese buffets, is there's typically like three things I like to eat there because I'm a picky eater and I just, I don't want any vegetables touching my stuff. And so there's usually like three, 1 to 3 things, and I'll just eat that over and over and over and over. And it's awesome. What puts a hurting on me is like Golden Corral.
Yes, Golden Corral.
Oh dear God.
They have so much food to choose from. They have the American food, with the chicken fried steaks or the mashed potatoes. But they also have the Mexican food. They have steak that is very, I don't know if you could call it steak. I mean,
I mean,
it's
I
not
guess
very good.
it's if it's made out of horses and large dogs, I'm sure it could still be
It's
called
in the
steak.
shape of a steak. Let's put
The,
it that way.
and that's where they get you at that one is they have that variety. It makes you want to try everything. Your FOMO kicks in, and you end up like, okay, I'm just gonna have a little bit of everything. And the next thing you know, you're like an extra 40 pounds
Yeah, you're
heavier, and
you're
like,
6 plates in,
and
and
they're
trying to
having to
set a
use a
new personal record.
defibrillator on you.
Yeah,
Claire,
it might make you pay double.
I can tell you right now, we're going to get some hate on this one just because of all the people that are probably trying to eat right and diet. And it's like we're sitting here just gushing about our favorite trashy all you can eat stuff. But
Oh yeah,
so
but it
we
was
should depart or go a little further, whatever you want to do.
uh, but it also brings up our employment at that time. Trail Dust Steakhouse. What was our one of our busiest days of the week?
White Trash
Wednesday and
Wednesday.
White Trash Wednesday and something we can't say Sunday. It was all you can eat steak and all you can eat ribs, and it would bring out all
God,
kinds of people, and it
I hate it.
was very busy. But
The
we,
steak was bad. I mean, yeah. The steak was good, but all you can eat steak nights were bad just because you'd get all the people in there that couldn't afford to eat there normally that
oh
would
yeah,
go
and they
there
would
and just,
go and
and then they
eat
wouldn't
their
tip.
weight in steak. Yeah,
But I got so much angrier whenever it was ribs because ribs were so awkward to carry, and whenever you got
yes,
a plate,
slide
a
around on that
table of
glass
like
plate,
6 people, and it's like these giant racks of ribs that you're having to
hanging
like,
off the end of it.
and you can't use trays. You have to
Can't use
hold them
trays.
up
You
your
gotta stack them
arms.
up on your stupid arm.
Ugh, horrible. Every time I had somebody where all you could eat ribs, it was like, I hate your guts so much.
I mean, it made the job easy. You knew what they were coming in to get, but you were constantly running back and forth so they can gorge their bellies with either steak or ribs.
I remember
But that reminds me, I was saying, did you have a personal record in pizza, like in CiCi's?
I
And I
did
remember
not.
once that I ate 21 pieces of pizza, and I kept the crust to count, so
So
I
you
didn't
didn't
eat
fully
all
eat
of it.
them. You
That
should you
well,
should you should have ate all the crust after you counted. I don't respect your
uh,
achievement.
and that would have been terrible. But Ponchos, I don't remember having a record, but I remember our good friend Chris Ford having a cheese enchilada fetish there, where he would go and eat plates and plates of this cheese enchilada, and I'm surprised he was able to ever go to the bathroom again after that.
What are you talking about? Poncho's always made you go to the bathroom a lot after that.
Well, yes, we will get to that.
You
And
act like they used real cheese there or something.
tasted pretty damn good,
Yeah, it was
whatever it
great.
was. I can't eat it now. I wouldn't be able to shit for a week, but that doesn't take much these days. As you get older, your stomach gets more finicky and temperamental.
I get full so fast nowadays, and yet I'm not skinny. It's like I'm not eating that much and I'm full. Why am I still fat?
I even had a personal record of steaks at Trail Dust. I ate, I think it was 10 steaks total, But the first steak was a 10-ounce steak, and then all the reorders,
Yeah, they were
the
always
steaks
smaller.
I think they were maybe 6 to 8. So I had nine 6 to 8 ounces, and then one
That's
10
still a
ounce.
pound of meat. Well,
It
that's
was
more than
a
a pound of
lot
meat.
of meat in my mouth, Daryl. It was a lot of meat in my mouth. My
So
jaw hurt.
you had to word it like that.
Yes, I do.
And
And you know why?
it wasn't their best cut either. It was
No, it was a
sirloin.
sirloin. It was terrible, but you wasn't eating it for the taste. You were eating it for the sheer fact that I'm setting a personal best. I'm eating as much as I can, and I want to make myself feel miserable to the point where I'm probably going to throw up or shit or at the same time.
I'm glad I wasn't near as competitive as you are in that regard. Because
Oh, but I did it so much where I was miserable. And but that's what leads me to today's topic of these major league eaters and these eating challenges that they have done and how they have made a living out of this, of gorging themselves until they can have some obvious side effects, but some long-term side effects as well, and even death.
I can't watch some of those. Like, I mean, like every time I see them like dip their hot dogs in like their
Uh,
lemonade or water or whatever, and I'm just like, "Eh."
it's the most disgusting thing you ever see. And that what I want to talk about first was how the most popular eating competition there is right now is what you just alluded to, is the Nathan's hot dog eating contest that happens in Coney Island every 4th of July. And the reigning champion, the big ding-a-ling right now, is Joey Chestnut. He is
Really?
yes, he
For
is.
years, wasn't it like a little tiny Japanese
Yes,
guy?
Kobayashi. Yes, but Joey Chestnut has come and he has won 16 times the mustard yellow belt for the most hot dogs eaten.
It's a
it,
belt.
it looks like a boxing belt, yeah, but
How do
it's
they fit it around their fat asses?
they don't. They just throw it over their shoulder, like all
Oh,
champs do.
okay.
But he currently holds the record for most hot dogs eating at an astounding 76 hot dogs eaten in 10 minutes.
Damn, that is a lot of pig assholes and chicken
Say
lips.
he was double fisting them dongs and just shoving them in each
You
side
know
of his
this
mouth like
video
a
goes on
chipmunk.
places. Be careful what you do.
But I mean, they don't stop. Their jaw muscles are incredible. They're swallowing. How do you swallow that much food that quickly? It's amazing, and it's
Is
also very disgusting.
is there a waiting period like after the contest to make sure that they don't like puke it all up like
No, no,
immediately?
I think they just got to get it down. There's nothing like what you see on TV with the eating contest where, okay, now you got to wait 5 minutes and then you could go puke.
Hmm.
Because what happens to him after he said it takes him about 2 full days to recover from the hot dog eating contest, and afterwards he's just completely exhausted. I mean, it takes a lot out of you to eat that quickly and try to digest that much food that you just inserted into your stomach in all in 10 minutes. I mean,
Ugh.
that's a lot. And he also says that uh, he starts to sweat and he smells of hot dogs as he's sweating. You can smell the hot dog seeping out of his pores. It's it's there's so much hot dog
Oh, I'm sure he gets
in
so
his
much
system.
tail.
Yeah.
But it's all women that love the smell of hot dog water. I'm like,
Oh,
oh
did you see that here recently where there was a prank about hot dog flavored slushy or a hot dog flavored drink at
no, dear
some
God, that's
place?
terrible.
Hot dog water flavored something. Yeah. But he even says that the hot dogs don't completely digest, that he sees them in his poop.
God, I'm gonna hate this episode. I know it. I hate it already.
I see the thumbnail already.
Oh
I see the
God,
thumbnail already.
man. At first I thought. I mean, you made everybody hungry at first. And now you're gonna make them want to puke. Nobody's gonna finish this episode. Way to go, Jason.
But it led me to another tangent on what are some of the current world record holders in Major League Eating, like some of the random foods that they eat. Would you believe Joey Chestnut once again holds the record for chicken wings. He ate 182 chicken wings in 30 minutes.
That is ridiculous. I mean, did he do it while they're still on the bone, or does he strip them all down real fast and
I'm assuming since it didn't say
shovel them in his
boneless, they
mouth?
would have to be,
Well,
the
no,
flappers or.
I remember
Oh, you mean
seeing
like breaking them up?
yeah, like Man versus Food. Like I saw him one time, and he just sat there and tore all his apart at first, and then until he had clean bones, and he just basically just shoved all the trimmings in his face.
I don't know. You would think he would have to some kind of prepare them a little bit, since there's a time limit,
Does he
unless he
have a
just put it in his
little?
mouth.
Does he have a little old man behind him? Like, get him, Joey. Get him. Gonna make you eat chicken wings and crap for days. Something.
I don't know. There's always a crowd, though. I mean, it's a big deal. All right. Here's another gross one. The guy by the name of Don Lerman, he's a major league eater. He ate 7 quarter-pound sticks of butter in 5 minutes. Just sticks of
Are we
butter.
doing
Just
this episode in his memory? Is this?
can you just eat plain ass butter?
That
Just
is
put it in your mouth.
so no.
Well, you may enjoy this one. You may actually enjoy this one.
I already know where you're going with this, and probably not.
Carmen Sincotti
Uh-huh.
ate 2.438 gallons of chili
Jesus.
in 6 minutes.
All right, I love chili. I do. I'm very picky about it, but I love it. But I mean, if I mean, I'd stumble at the thought of like a liter of chili. Like, oh god, that's a lot. You said 2.8 gallons.
2.4,
Oh,
basically
2.4.
2.5, yeah,
So basically 2.5 jugs of milk of
full of
chili.
chili, just chugging it. I mean, he did it in 6 minutes at that.
Makes me think of like tea pitchers and trying to like sit there and just pour chili down your face. But 2.4 tea pitchers.
You think he was clean when he got through with that? You think he had any
I don't
kind of
think anything's
stuff on
been
his
clean
face?
on him for a while. I imagine he's had diarrhea now for the past 6 or 7 years. That whenever he's, like whenever he sits down in public places, if the bench is
Yeah,
white, it has an oily stain.
no sneeze is safe.
Dear
There's
God.
always a risk when you cough.
I mean, like seriously. I mean, everything just shoots out of him. He is well lubricated down there for the rest of his life.
Just hot, just always hot. Just feel the heat.
I mean, you imagine his butthole has a frowny face now, just like.
Well, this guy, he may not be shitting them out, but he's probably throwing up everywhere. This guy, or excuse me, this lady, Sonia Thomas, I believe that may be the Black Widow. I could be wrong.
Is that her? What that would be her like food eating wrestling name or whatever?
No, I think she went by the name Black Widow. That's her nickname in her eating competition.
Wait, no,
She
come
too was a
on.
small Oriental lady.
I mean, still, you're not supposed to say Oriental nowadays. Anyway,
Asian, whatever.
But if my thing on this is, it's like, I mean, if you're gonna be in a competition or any kind of sport or whatever, you generally want your nickname to kind of go along with it. You don't like go and become like a professional pool player and be like, it's Johnny the Body Slammer Ringo or whatever. No.
No, I know what you mean. You want it to coincide with your sport. You don't
Yeah, I
want it
mean,
to.
she shouldn't be like Black Widow. I don't know what she could be. Black Oreo, maybe. I don't know.
Well, she ate 47 dozen oysters in 8
Oh, that
minutes.
nasty bitch. That
Yeah,
nasty, nasty, nasty woman.
just tossing them back one by one.
I remember having a conversation with a young lady once about oysters, and she's like, "Oh, I love them so much." She was like Hispanic, and I was like, "Why? They got the consistency of snot." And she's like, "Oh no, but you put the hot sauce on them and the lemon and the butter." And I'm like, "What does it taste like? Hot sauce, lemon, and butter." You basically are using snot to get hot sauce, lemon, and butter in your mouth. Don't be gross. You want hot sauce, lemon, and butter? Just stick it on a piece of bread.
Yeah, if you
It
have
won't
to
be
put all that
nasty.
stuff on it, then what's the point of eating it? If you have to cover up the taste, what's the point of eating it?
Yeah, no, ugh, God.
Speaking of covering up taste, that's why I don't like gravy. Or I do like gravy, but not on my chicken fried steak. This guy, Cookie Jarvis,
See, that's
ate
a better
six.
nickname.
That's a great eating nickname. He ate 11-ounce chicken fried steaks with gravy in 12 minutes.
One, if you eat dry chicken fried steak, you're an abomination and God doesn't love you anymore.
No, we had to use it with mashed potatoes. You smear the taters on there, and then you take a bite.
I don't want to hear
No
your
gravy. Gravy just
two.
it slops it all on there.
Whenever I was about 13 years old, my mom made a whole mess of chicken fried steak, like a bunch. And that was like my favorite food in the world at that time. And I want to say I ate like 6 or 7 of them. And I was miserable like that day. Like, I mean, like I wanted to take a drink, but I felt like if I took a drink, it would just sit there and stay in my mouth because nothing else could go down.
Filled up to about right here.
Yeah, and then I felt like crap for like 2 days. And I mean, on the plus side, it wasn't like uh, it didn't like ruin chicken fried steak for me. It's still one of my favorite things, but I only get to eat it like every few years now that I'm old and I have to worry about dropping dead from a heart attack. So,
Well,
and how
if I was,
many?
he ate 11 ounces, so 66 ounces of chicken fried steak with gravy.
I wonder if it was brown gravy or white gravy. Because like if it's brown gravy, I might be able to pull that one off.
Yeah, did you think he? Never mind.
No,
What
I
about
mean,
this
no.
one?
I'm just saying, white gravy. I'm like, it's good, but brown gravy's better.
Yeah,
I will fight
if I had
somebody
to
on that
choose a
one.
gravy, I would choose brown gravy.
It's better. It's made of meat.
Well, another record Joey Chestnut holds is he ate 53 soft tacos from Taco Bell in 10 minutes.
He's gonna die.
That's incredible. 53 of them. That may be the most uh,
I
significant feat because he's going to be paying for that one later,
I
big
think
time.
the most of those I've ever eaten is like 6 or 7.
But
Wasn't a lie.
53 of them,
That's
man.
insane. That is
Yeah.
just wrong. I
No,
mean, his
this
poor
one is wrong.
his poor
Let me tell you.
digestive tract.
Yeah, it's flowing. And ain't nothing gets stuck in there.
Any of those hot dogs that were left in there shot right the hell out.
Oh man. Just got a really bad visual in my head.
What? I'm just shooting hot dogs out of his ass like a
Wiener's
machine gun.
coming out of his ass, yeah.
Oh
Like a
God, I should have ate the foot logs.
it's like the red rocket of a dog.
I think of it more like those Play-Doh machines where you just squish it down and
Oh yeah,
just right out.
that's great. But this is probably the nastiest one. Oleg Zornitsky.
Okay.
This motherfucker, I'm gonna call him that because of what he ate. He ate
Okay.
4 32-ounce bowls of mayonnaise. Just
Okay. All right. That's pretty messed up. Okay, I
that is
ain't
the
gonna lie.
grossest thing I've ever seen.
I
Can you
mean, I
imagine the
like
coating in
mayonnaise.
his mouth?
I like mayonnaise.
Mm-mm.
But just the thought of somebody just sitting there just spooning mayonnaise into their mouth like it's a
Mm.
meal. Like
Mm.
if I see somebody doing that, I'm calling the cops because that person has people buried in their backyard. Their mom
Oh,
is taxidermied and sitting in their laying in their bed waiting for them every night when they get home.
yeah, nobody will ever break that record. It is unbreakable.
He could have probably broke it with one damn jar.
Just one spoonful would have been fine.
I mean, a spoonful, like if I'm making deviled eggs or something, and after all is said and done, I'll lick the spoon. I don't care.
My
But
dad used to make sandwiches. He would use a spatula. a freaking spatula to spread the mayonnaise on the sandwich, and then he would lick the spatula.
You'd hate my wife's sandwiches because it's one of my favorite things about her. She drowns them in it. She's like
Just
hold them in the
squishy.
mayonnaise
Take a
until they're
bite.
unconscious.
All right, we'll finish on just these records. We're not finished with what I have to talk about.
Oh, okay.
All right, but we're finished with these records with something we can relate to. Our recent trip to New Orleans. New
Okay.
Orleans, where we tried Crystal Burger for the first time.
You
Yeah.
first time, not me.
Well, me first time, you several times
No, I
after.
think it was like my third or fourth.
Either way, I mean, they were decent burgers,
Not
not
as
very
good
big.
as White Castle, but
Not even close to as good as White Castle. But Joey Chestnut once again holds the record for this one. In 8 minutes, he ate 103 of those Crystal Burgers.
All right. This last time me and you went, how many did we get? 24 or did we get 12? No, we just got 12, didn't we?
I think we got 12, and we were going to split them and eat 6, but
And
we only
yeah,
ate
we got like
5
12 with
apiece.
like 6 orders of fries or something like that.
Yeah, it was
And
weird.
and we didn't
We ate
finish.
outside. No, not even close. I mean, then again, we were sitting outside, and had to stand up to eat, and it was kind of difficult. But
I mean, even then though, like when we go to Vegas and we'd go to White Castle, we still didn't eat. I mean, I was about the same order, really.
yeah, I don't know.
And that
But
was like, we have chemical enhancements whenever we do that in Vegas. So, I mean,
yes,
performance
it
enhancing
does help,
drugs.
and we are burning about 7,000 calories a day from walking as much as we do.
Yeah, well, you still burn a lot of them in New Orleans too. We walked all over there.
We
But
did. That was a really great
there
trip.
was there was so much better food there also, though. I mean, there was really great food there. Do you not
Oh
remember
yeah,
my
every meal
giant
we had. That
muffaletta?
muffalata. Yeah,
Muffaletta. Yeah.
even brought one home.
They're freaking amazing.
But these major league eaters, they can actually make a living off of eating.
Of course
The
they
top
can.
earners, yeah, the top earners make up.
If you can make a living fishing, you can make a living doing anything.
Very true. Make a living off YouTube.
Fingers crossed. No.
One day, but the top earners could earn around 51,500 or so a year, and the average or the average major league eater earns close to 40,000 a year. Not bad. Not
I
bad for
mean, not enough to
stuffing
want
your
me to.
guts.
Not enough for me to kill myself over. I
No.
can be fat and unhealthy for way more money and just go to an office.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I mean, it's not
Instead
like
of
I get like a
some people
minor
play
league baseball
softball.
player.
Yeah,
Yeah, like if minor league baseball player or arena football player, you don't quite
they'll
make
make
as
very
much
much
money,
money.
but you getting out there and getting to do the game you love. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, no, I make 40 grand a year and I destroy my cardiovascular system as long as my digestion tract. But I got pictures of me on the internet with hot dogs
Yeah.
hanging out my mouth, so got that going for me.
Look
Yeah.
at this belt I got.
It's just got to eat 110%. They give you 100%. You eat that, and then you tell them, "Give me more." That's how you win. That's the appetite of a champion.
Oh man. Well, those are some of the highs or the the coolness of the eating challenges,
Did
the
you just say
records of it.
coolness?
I did say
Like it
coolness.
was cool?
I kind of stumbled on my words there.
No, yeah, no. I believe you. It's like you said cool. What you meant to say? Well, I'm not supposed to say that anymore either. No, I don't give a fuck. Retardedness.
Well, since we touched on the records and the most famous eater there is and the most famous competition, there has to be some obvious side effects for eating like this. I mean,
Well,
we
color
obviously know
me
ourselves,
stunned.
right? And the obvious ones, of course, are the heartburn, diarrhea. That's a given. I have that on a daily. I can't imagine what
I mean,
what it would
whenever
be
you're
like if
saying
as
heartburn
a
diarrhea,
competitive
you
eater.
mean like as an immediate effect, or do they just walk around with that
Mine's just,
forever, just due to the damage they cause themselves?
I would think so. I don't think you can fully recover. Of
I
course, you
mean, the guy
have.
from Man vs. Food, he gave up doing his
Well,
show.
we will get to him in a
Oh,
bit.
I'm sorry, spoilers.
No, no, you're good. Uh, of course, you have the persistent nausea, vomiting, and choking on doing these competitions and ruining in your esophagus. You
I
have, of
mean,
course, the
what?
obesity factor.
Think about it. If you're just like always like an unsuccessful professional eater, and you're getting all that
You
for
just go to
like
get dinner.
you go through all that, you pay an entry fee, I'm sure, and then you don't even get like a dime,
No, you just
and
eat a normal
but you're
portion
like, I
and then
refuse
tip
to
them.
give up. I would be, you're like trying to be the Rudy of professional eating. It's like, one of these days I would eat so much that people are gonna pick me up over their shoulders
Chant my name.
and bounce me up and down while I vomit.
Uh, Even some of the more significant injuries, you could have even gastric ruptures
I
or
imagine.
a stretched stomach to a point where it will no longer empty out all the food in the stomach. This is
Uh,
called gastroparesis.
I've actually known people with that.
That would be horrible having food in your stomach for years that you can't
I
get out.
I knew a lady that had to go to a completely liquid diet because essentially the muscle part of the stomach stops working, and so whenever food goes in there, it goes in there and
Deflated
rots,
balloon.
and
Yep.
it just yeah
Sits in there like a stagnant lake.
yeah it's not a pleasant thing at all. I'm actually no, and what freaked me out is I actually met like 2 or 3 people that have that where they just can't eat normal food anymore because it just likes to go into their body and just rot, and so they have.
Sit there.
And
Ferment.
these a-holes gave it to themselves trying to like chase the mustard belt.
Uh, Not only do they cause all those side effects, but some of these eating competitions have caused death during the competition.
Again, color me stunned.
Am I right? You're stuffing food in your mouth at a rapid pace. It's bound to happen. And I give you one guess what all these people died from during the competition.
Choking.
There you go. in
Oh,
in 2023, a British mom choked on a marshmallow and died. In
that's a
2017,
lame
that's
one.
yeah, a marshmallow. Come on, that's pretty. I guess the maid could have been the big ones, but if you're stuffing them all in your mouth, you get to number
I
19,
mean,
it's
you
all
could choke
gooey and
on anything
gross.
if you put enough of it in your mouth, I imagine. But still, that's not a fun one for your kids to
Name your
have to
sex tape.
explain. They're like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't like eating moon pies. Well, marshmallows killed my mama." It's just like, no, yeah, that guy's never getting anywhere.
Well, if you think marshmallows were pretty lame to choke on, this 20-year-old college student in 2017 choked on a pancake eating contest and died.
Darwin, thank you. Just
Well, this guy, I
wait, but the pancake competitions, they usually like roll it up and just shove it down their throat like a hot dog contest, don't they?
don't know, I haven't seen one of those. I just imagine it layered in syrup and you just shoveling it in, but
No,
I guess it would
I
make
think
more
I'm pretty sure they
sense.
roll them up.
That would be tough. A lot of dough.
I couldn't imagine doing that. I rarely eat pancakes, and if I eat more than 2 or 3 pancakes, I'm like wrecked. I'm just like, oh god, I'm so full.
Yeah, it is swell. It's like a pigeon about to blow up.
Yeah, no, I find that less surprising because I mean, well, that and college kids eat like idiots, anyways. I
They
mean,
do.
I can't count how many times that including myself. It's like, hey, let's see how many of these we could shove in our mouth at one time. I mean, I'm the same guy that smoked 10 cigarettes at one go.
Yes,
So
that was a pretty funny visual. Just
yeah, I threw up a lot though.
in 2017, a 42-year-old Colorado man choked on a donut and died. And during a bug eating contest in 2012, a Florida man choked and died
On a bug.
on a bug. It doesn't specify what type of bug, but he just choked on one and
I
died.
mean, like when you think of edible bugs, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like limited to like crickets and grasshoppers. So, I mean, it just seems like an awful small bug to choke to death on and not an impressive way to go out. It's not one of those things where it'd be like,
No,
he died doing what he loved, eating bugs.
eating bugs. But
Unless, if they did say that, then, he was probably that kid in kindergarten that nobody would talk to because he was really dirty and he smelled bad.
we pooped his pants.
Teacher, I made boo boo.
But the most famous show person who brought the eating challenges to mainstream was what you alluded to earlier, the show Man vs. Food with Adam Richman.
I loved him.
This
I love that
show,
show.
yeah, this show was at the golden ages of the channel, or the golden peak of the Travel Channel, with Anthony Bourdain and Man vs. Food and Andrew Zimmern with Bizarre Foods. This was at the height of their popularity. And basically, if nobody's seen the show before, Adam Richman would show up to these places and try their food challenges, whether it was a big ass giant hamburger or some spicy hot wings or these humongous burritos. He would sit down and attempt to eat it and break the record.
Yeah.
And he actually completed or attempted 59 of these challenges, and he defeated them, or won 37 of those
I was going to
times.
say, I know he lost plenty of them, but
Yeah, yeah. But he had to quit and resign after 4 seasons because of what this was doing to his health. He had several reports of becoming depressed about his weight issues. He was, uh, he had some sort of infection show up on his lip. They had to have surgery on some sort of bacterial infection. They ended up being diagnosed with MRSA. That it was an infection that was caused by staph bacteria, and he had
I
to have
think that was
surgery
from
to
when he
remove
did
it.
the. I think that might have been like the one he got. I think when he did oysters, it may
Yeah,
have been
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. So, and I read too that it destroyed his esophagus from the constant swallowing and the vomiting and the acid reflux, where his esophagus was destroyed, and he ended up developing a body image problem where he had a drastic weight loss, and he posted on Twitter and Instagram that he was with the hashtag Thinspiration. And the word Thinspiration is actually a banned term for whatever reason due to the body shaming aspect of it. So,
I love how you can't just be proud of somebody's accomplishment because I was going to say he last time I saw him on TV, he looked outstanding.
yes, I mean, this was back in 2012, I believe. But they were saying that along with hashtags that it promoted self-harm and eating disorders. So
Oh
people
dear
started
God.
coming, yeah. So people started coming at him, and the way he responded to these people coming at him was little less than ideal. On a couple of these posts,
Please tell me he told him to fuck off.
oh, he did a little more than that. On one of them, he said, and I quote, "Oh, eat a bag of shit, dummy. No apology is coming." And the worst one that he probably shouldn't have said this one. Don't come at me with child childishness when a hashtag throws you into a tizzy of posting comments and never watching you again. Seriously, grab a razor blade and draw a bath. I doubt anyone will miss you.
Oh, that would I I don't care. I'm fine with it.
I mean, did he go too far?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, but he was in a very bad place, and he was taking it out on the wrong people.
No, he was taking it out on the wrong people. He just probably shouldn't do it in written form. He shouldn't do it in a
Yeah.
written medium. Uh,
He tried to apologize a few times, and it really didn't stick because of how un heartfelt it felt, where he
good.
felt like he didn't mean it, more like
I
a
don't.
backhanded apology.
I mean, all these people that just love get like bringing somebody down. Screw them. I mean, I'm still a fan. I still go out of my way, like whenever I'm in certain cities that I remember episodes from, that I go out of my way to go to the restaurants that he went to because some of them looked so good.
Yeah,
I mean, if it
yeah,
wasn't for him, I'd never found out about a what Juicy Lucy's are in Minnesota, and they are fantastic.
Yeah, I've never had one, but they do look pretty darn good. But he finally released a statement to Good Morning America that explained where he was coming from, saying that he struggled with his body image and has worked very hard to achieve a healthy weight, and he's incredibly sorry to everyone he has hurt. And ever since then, his show, of course, got replaced with another host. He tried to make comebacks on the Travel Channel. They canceled that show. From what I could see, he's doing better. He is working on a show in England, just some sort of cooking show where he's doing some cooking. He's really into wine now, doing some wine tours and wine tasting with his wife. And he's kind of recovered from his bad fall from the eating challenges.
I just love how how this guy who, was entertaining. I enjoyed his show. This guy that was entertaining and his career goes kaput because him talking about himself made a bunch of other people upset about themselves. And I mean, that's one of those things that gets me. It's like, if you got a problem, what somebody says about themselves makes you upset about yourself, it's not their problem. It's your problem.
Fortunately, that's the world we live in today. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But that's all I got.
I mean, I'm kind of grateful that we'll never be famous. I mean, we do appreciate all of our friends and family that continue to listen to us so far. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Both of y'all, thank y'all very much.
Yeah. But I mean, I would never do good at any of that. I'm not good at I could sit there and know what some of the little words that you ain't supposed to say, what they are. But the second that, somebody shows you're upsetting me because you got a t-shirt on that's got Leatherface on it or something like that, then I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me take you somewhere where you can go fuck yourself.
Oh man, I could go all day about that topic. But
we're old men. I mean, if anybody, here's the thing: if anybody's shocked that him and I have that opinion on people getting their feelings hurt, you're listening to a couple of old guys talk about just random bull crap. This was the opinion that was going to come out. It wasn't like we were going to be like, man, we just need to coddle the whole world and give everybody hugs and kisses and make them feel better. That's not what this show is.
No. No.
We laugh. Whenever I put one of the tags in there, I put dark humor because I was like, man, we're going to be laughing at stuff that we have no business laughing at.
We're going to forget we have a microphone in front of us.
Maybe. I make it hard for me to forget. I got this big thing in my face.
Yeah, that's not the first time you said that tonight. Well, and with that, we have reached the end of this trip. Join us next trip when we once again switch drivers and head for another topic that made us say, wait, what? Until then, question everything.
It's about food contests. You're going to end it with they're watching.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well,
it's a work in progress.
Well, that's just awesome. Well, bye then.
Well, we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to Waywut. We really appreciate it. Remember that we post episodes every Tuesday and would love for you to rate us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or Pandora. If you are watching us on YouTube, throw us a comment, subscribe, and do all the other things that YouTube likes for you to do. You can stalk us on Facebook and X/Twitter with the handle Waywut Podcast. Once again, thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit, and join us next time when we'll get you to say, wait, what?